the shop. I caught enough grief last time about not wearing my gear when I came into the shop. Is, where's your gear? Alright, so here's my gear. And I got to put it on because if I get the shirt dirty, I got to pay the boss. Hey, I got a bunch of notes and some tips and some hints and a couple of things to share with you. All you got to do now, you know the deal, you got to watch. Boy, it is summertime here. Yes, it's summertime where you are too. It's just summertime. Summertime to me, I'm building up. I'm 2 weeks away from, 2 weeks from today, I get to leave with Dale and Lori, and we go to Waco, Texas, to the SWAT symposium. Yep, the SWAT symposium's coming up. I talk about it a lot. If you go there, you know why. Because it's one of the finest symposiums of this type in the entire world. 30 clubs or so get together, put on their best efforts. There's nobody trying to beat anybody else. You're just trying to beat the wood turning. That's it. You need more details of what happens at SWAT, who's going to be a SWAT. I mean, Ruth now is going to be a all you do is go to their website, swatturners.org. Org. You can call me on the phone and say, it's not at .com. No, because I said it's at .org. So if you want to see me, I'll be at SWAT, and I am told I'll be raffling off or selling off the winning raffle tickets at this year's convention. Yes, last year I wasn't allowed. Some administrative fluke up or whatever, and the girls said couldn't get that worked out for you. So this year they made me a special deal. We'll let you sell raffle tickets for one of the funnest raffles around, where you get 2 chances to win, or maybe 3. But I'll be getting the winning tickets. I'll be there. And if you ask me, I'll give you a making shaving sticker for your lathe. Yeah. But you got to tell you, hey man, I've been out making shavings. Otherwise, all deals off. I was with a guy the other day, and he was turning a vase. And I like turning vases. But I've always had a problem with centers. Yeah, I am the center of my life, and I can't live with it. But no, I've always had a problem when you get to the centers, because to get the center right, if you're using a boring bar or whatever, when you get right down the middle of it, and you feel it doing that little flip over, because you're really not in the middle of it, you're off to one side. How do you fix that? I found this. I showed you this a long, long time ago, and I wish I could. Oh, wow. Get this. I'm looking at it a little while ago, and I couldn't figure out where it came from. You got a pencil? Write this down. Starboard. S-T-A-R-B-O-R-E. Starboard, like boring a hole, bore. All right, I got a number 07904-570-10. That again is 079-04-570-10. And this is a nice tool. What is this? This is a boring tool. This is, look how simple, okay? No math to this. But what's the beauty of it? You see the little bit down it where it goes into my air chuck? Yeah. When I put this in my air chuck and I squeeze it, air comes out this end over here. Right. So when I'm drilling a hole, look at that, I've got a big wide open flute. When I'm drilling a hole with it, I'm not doing this. I'm just going, I find the center and I just go straight in. Give it a little leaf, go straight in. Give it a little leaf, go straight in. All the crap shavings and stuff comes out through the flute and blows out here. Let's put your shield on when you do it. But talk about sweet. Thing cuts like you won't believe. Wow, mine's seen a little rust because it was laying where. Oh no, that's a hardened tip. I had to take a really hard look at this. I'll probably get it my wire brush out and clean it all off. Could be hanging on the wall here in 1,000,000 degrees of humidity. You don't think it's humid here? I'll cut you a slice out of the air and send it to you. It's humid. But this boring thing, that's called Starboard. Wow, I'm going to let's see if I find it out. Maybe I can add it to the video. But it is a nifty device. When I was watching this guy, and he was chucking up, and he likes to do pieces. He's a real artist. He wants to drill. He drills them with a Forstner bit. I'm not cool on Forstner bits. I guess, you know, if there are things I don't really like in the shop, WD-40 and Forstner bits are right there on the top of the table. Forstner bits, we'll talk about WD-40's useless later. Forstner bits cut big, beautiful, even holes. But do you know how much energy comes about when you cut that big, beautiful hole and you're turning on that tailstock and you're grinding it in? You don't realize how much effort you put here that goes there. So you generate a lot of heat. And if you're turning a piece, well, this piece was beautiful, it was some sycamore. If you're turning a piece that's still got a little moisture in it, that heat, the reason I started telling you this, he couldn't get the drill bit back out. Couldn't get it out. It drilled great. He spent half an hour trying to get it out. Yep. Because the wood moved. As it cut it, it heated it, and it moved. I don't think we're going to have this 3/8 hole move that much. But when you're drilling things like that, that's one drilling method. Another is my center drill, and I wanted to talk to him about that. And doggone it, I'm looking here, and I don't see him laying right here. I've got what I call a center bore, and it's the same thing except it uses a twist drill. And I picked up the 14-inch twist drill at the hardware store on the corner. It's on the corner. All right, I picked up the drill bit, and I mounted it into a wooden handle. And then I put a little rubber sleeve on it for a depth setting. Where the sleeve come from? Same hardware store. All right, just a gasket-like. It's only a depth setting. You don't bear against it. You better not. All right, but you can core the center out of something, from a bar to a weed vase to get a hole started in a larger piece. You take out that loop, 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 loop thing. And that's important to new turners, or turners with distressed muscles. I'm told that's what I have. Distressed muscles. I thought I was just distressed, but no, it's the muscles. But if you can't physically do this, some of you guys got some age on you. I bet you there's a whole bunch of you not teenagers anymore. And you do this, you don't have the arm strength or upper arm strength or the coordination. You look like a monkey in a football. Right. You know what I mean? Okay. You need something easier. So when you do the bore, you don't have that center. You cut it right back out. Beautiful tip. It's great. And you get those bits at the hardware store. Oh, by the way, I have to ask you that if you haven't subscribed to my channel here on YouTube, that you would go down below, right down there. Oh, here it is. Right down there. And press the thing that says subscribe, and then press the bell next to it. What's that do? Well, when I put a new video out, you'll get notified. And if you hit the bell, you get an immediate notification. They think I'm knocking on your door and tell you, hey, Eddie's on the line. They're high tech. They really are. Subscribe. I had a guy call me the other day to improve what I do on YouTube. And I said, all right, give me some ideas. And he says, okay, to increase the monetisation, I think I get the term right, to increase the amount of money you make from having your video watched, you need to do the following. And then he gave me a list of things I could do. I don't think he missed the part that if you see a commercial of mine, it ain't mine. I didn't put it there. I don't monetize this channel. Why? Me and you, we're friends. I didn't ask if you give me a buck when you showed up. I'm not going to ask any other time to give me a buck. Well, you know, if you feel like giving me a buck, we can talk. But this is non-monotonized. I don't have some 53-year-old farm girl walking around in a bikini in slow motion. I don't have a farm girl. I don't have a girl in a bikini diving the reefs, or another one in a bikini fishing in Lake Pontchartrain, or another one. No. This is what we're turning. It's about us. But if y'all really want the bikini, I'm going to have to say, no. Ain't going to happen. I'll get these tan lines that are hard to get rid of and explain. But please, subscribe to my channel. Got to remind you again, and I got a bunch of pens in yesterday. I had pens in for our pen challenge that's going to Freedom Pens, but I'm going to the Freedom Pen group. Get this. I got a guy, That sounds like a dig old man. I got a guy who is going to make sure, Doug, is going to make sure these pens get into the hands of our troops, our active troops. Yes, we are. We're collecting these pens. For me to get these pens from you, I am talking to people like, I just got on the phone from Vince Welch a few minutes ago. Vince has got a brand new sandpaper product. He's got a new, I don't want to call it wrong, an offset drill. I have one right there. It's in when I used to drill sand with power drill, that's what I use. But it kept failing. And I had to stop and blow it all out. Then I got to thinking about it. What am I doing? I'm sanding with a drill. And when I get done, the finest sandpaper I had and the finest dust was generated at the end. So I needed a drill that could handle that, because I'm a lazy woodworker. I'm not going to blow it out when I get done, even though it's hot. Well, it's hot, it'll cool off. But when it cools off, clogs it. Well, I wasn't a great fan of that. Vince Welch went to an offset sander. He's got a new line lined up. We've got a year warranty on it. I don't know if anybody else got that. But this is going to give me sandpaper and hopefully a drill. And we're going to put all those things in grand prize, along with gifts from Ruth Niles. Oh, by the way, I will be with Ruth Niles at SS Bottle Stoppers, at Niles Bottle Stoppers. Niles Bottle Stoppers on the main floor on Saturday afternoon. That's where I'll be. That's probably where you can buy raffle tickets from me. I'll be there because Ruth says, y'all drove her crazy up in AAW. Where's Captain Eddie? Where's Captain Eddie? Where's Captain Eddie? I was right here. Nobody picked me up. You know, it's disappointing. I was out there all the time. But this challenge is going on. If you want more details on the challenge, it's PACOW! Right there. How you like that? Isn't that a nifty move? That's as good as not going to do it, tell you I'm out there. PACOW. That's where the pen challenge is in. Send me the pens. I got a pen the other day from a guy that says, I hope these are worthy of your challenge. Are you kidding me? These are handmade pens by an awesome American woodturner for the American troops. Am I worthy? Get out of Dodge! You are worthy, and they are beautiful, beautiful work. And if you've got 1 pen or 50 pens, send them to me. Ron Radliff, as poor a turner as he really is. Ron did a whole bunch of pens for me the other day, and some are made out of wood pieces from decks on aircraft carriers, I think. The Saratoga, maybe, okay? Names. Got no names, okay? But he turned pens, he sent them to me the other day. He also sent me some new sergeant stripes for when I left the Air Force. Yes. So I won't have my stripes on when I'm at Waco. But even Ron sent me pens, and all kinds of other guys. They into this thing. I don't believe any of them are in for the prize. Really. I think they're all in because in here they can say they gave pens of freedom pens. That's what matters. When you wave that flag, if there's red, white, and blue in your heart, then you want to be supporting this. So that's it. Please do that. Hey, I got a spanner wrench to show you. I got to get it out of my truck for taking off things off the lathe. Nifty idea. Recycling an old product that you play front at the Autoport store. And oh, wow, I was at my guy's house the other day. My guy. Well, he's not my guy. One of the guy's house the other day. He put his tool in his tool rest, and when he was turning it, bounced down a little bit. Boom, 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 boom. You've had that happen, haven't you? Yeah. You know what it is? Yeah, right. If you guessed lubricant, you're right. It is lubricant. Guess what does not have to be lubed on your lathe? That tool rest. It needs no lube. I use a Boeing spray. I got my can ready somewhere. I use a Boeing spray. It's a treatment spray. Doesn't leave an oil base. I don't believe it does, because I put it on the bed of my lathe to keep it rusting down. On all the things that attract rust and stuff, that even with drill press, I use it. And it's so much better than that WD thing, because it doesn't leave a product behind. This guy says, I don't know why that slips. I just sprayed it with WD-40 the other day. You know what? So we got the alcohol out, cleaned it, the slipping went away. So think about that. If your tool rest moves too easy. Your your banjo moves too easy. Your tool rest bounces when it slips. If your headstock eases back, how much oil and grease do you really have on that? And I'm not talking about that part you see. I'm talking about the part that it grabs. See, it's two ways, and the bolt goes through it and presses up on the bottom of it. So if this is highly lubed, this is going to slide like mine, all right? So clean it all. It might sound like a stupid thing. Okay, it is a stupid thing. But get the alcohol, the denatured alcohol out. Wipe it all down. You're taking off everything. All the grease, all the lube, all the stuff, all the overspray, all the mink oil, all that stuff. You're taking all that off. And then it's bare. You want to protect the Boeing spray on it. Or lightly wax. And I'm talking lightly. Pick up, you wax something with 2-3 years ago and rub it, and that's all. Okay, but maintenance of your tools is going to save you some problems. You see, the guy I was watching, when his tool rest stopped, it changed his cutting habit. And, okay, so it only bounced a little bit. I can make one more pass. Guess what? It moved. What makes you think it won't move again? If someone should buy me some lottery tickets, if that's the case, it's going to move again, but maybe next time it'll bounce all the way down, and maybe it'll catch or gouge the wood or hurt you. So the tips I give you is so to further your wood turning life and your wood turning career. If I give you suggestions and hints, it's just to make things better. I haven't tried to sell you anything yet. All right. Got a couple other things here. Had a guy send me a fax, a Facebook today, showed me how I can build my own fractal burning thing to put the little waves of burn lines going across the wood and all. I can get it out of a $99, a burned out $99 microwave, and build my own. I really like people that send me ideas like that. But I'm there. I've circled the drain, and I came back out. Life is too short for me to go monkeying around with something and trusting that it'll work. Because a slight shock will knock me into a system, a rhythm. A hard shock will knock me dead. This ain't worth being dead. I don't care how you feel. This ain't worth being dead. So if you see those things and say, oh, I can build one of those, Mo, it's got no way. No, you can't. Go to Constantega and buy a good kit if you want one, and heed all the precautions. Work on the rubber mat. Get on the ground, the bench. All that. All the precautions. Because if you break one, you take a shortcut, it could be a shortcut to your grave. Enough lecture on that word, please. Be aware of that. And a bias cut. I get a lot of calls from folks that say, I want to take one of your carbide cutters and I want to do a cut, but I'm getting chips coming out. Okay, let's not do this. Let's do this. Or this. What? I can't do it with it. Yeah, I do have a better tool than that. I do. Okay. You go in with the tool and it's going to be, see, flat. To do that, that's my big shovel. See, if you go in flat, you take this for a cut. And that's somebody trying to sell me insurance. Don't worry about it. But if I turn this up on the side, I'm going to steal this from Mark Soleil. Mark's a good guy. He talks about wood slicing. Because I went from gouging to slicing. Gouging to slicing. Are you following? Gouging to slicing. So when I go in and make a little bitty cut, I don't want to go in like this and try to make my arms make a little bitty cut. I want to go in like this and let the blade make the little bitty cut. So if you've got a carbide cutter, I don't want to call them scraper, but they're cutter. But they act in almost a scraping action. If you twist that tool up onto that shoulder and go on an angle, you'll get what I am calling a bias cut. That bias cut takes the little curly cues off. I'd like you to try it. You don't have a carbide, it's okay. Try it with your skew. Try it with your scraper. Try it with your gouge. Try it with your... I got them all. take them all, but all of them work the same way. When you realize how these tools cut, they work the same way. So instead of plowing the stuff out of the way, I'm slicing it out the way. I'm doing less harm to the wood, and I'm getting a better slice. I got ultimate control. I want ultimate control. You know how I am about that. I think that's it. I talked to all the high points I had today. The one thing I'm concerned about is the bikini. Okay? But really, I don't think I'll give in to that. I get all choked up over it. Well, I got to get back to work. I got to get back to something. Me and a bikini. Trust me, you ain't ready for that. I'm Captain Eddie Castellan. I'm making shavings. Nothing out in a little bikini doing that something. You're going to love it. See you at SWAT. Take care. Be good. Before I end suit and put things away, edit this and some other stuff, I gotta let you know why I haven't been out here. 5 years ago this month I had a brain tumor, and they took out part of my brain. Went through a couple of rough years of healing, and now I went through a couple of good years of healing. But things happen and change, and they did here. They did here. Well, it's really over here. I'm having conflicts and problems being in the shop by myself working on things. It might go away when I get around other people. It may go away if I had some help. It may go away some other things. But right now I'm having some difficulties. My difficulties are mine. You have some also. What I'm telling you this for is I want to keep doing the sharing information. I still have the newsletter. We have the newsletter out. I think it's weekly. Maybe it comes out a little more often, maybe a little less often. I'm not locked on a schedule to it because that's a schedule I can't keep. But we're doing some things with the newsletter to bring you little tidbits out of the shop that I can share with you. From sanding to wood holding to turning a sphere. To help a guy out, I had to explain turning the sphere. It took me 2 hours. I don't mind that. When you got a problem or a question or you got a situation, you can always call me. Here's the number right here. 504-715-0512. I can do that because I memorized that number. Whatever it is, right there. That's the number. But call me and I'll be glad to help you. And I'll continue to do the YouTubes when I can, how I can, where I can. We talked about economy bowls the other day with a guy about the slabbing. He's from Canada and his lumber's coming from Home Depot. Okay, we all have problems. He's got a problem. But he's making what my buddy calls an economy bowl. He's gluing up 2x stock, putting it all together, turning it out, and then he's really amazed when he puts a light stain on it, the contrast and the colors and all that happen. What do you glue them up with? That I have to work on. I know the solution. I'm an old cabinet making guy. I know the solution to wood turning. But those are the things I want to cover, go down, and share with you. And I'm opening the pulpit right now. Here it is. If you want me to cover a subject or talk about something, let me know. You can put it in the comments. I read those. You can send me an email, my email address. You can send me pictures every month of the work y'all do. You do. To my CaptainEddieCastle@gmail.com address. Yeah, that one. You send me photographs all the time, and I love to do them. I got about 40 this year for July, for August. It's early in August. You're going to stand me up and keep me up and bring me in a loop and keep me all these things. I see some of the most beautiful workers in the world. You. So send me pictures of your work. And please don't let somebody say, well, this really isn't worthy or that it really isn't worthy. Wood turners, if you made it, it's worthy. If it's got your heart and soul in it, it's everything anybody could ask for, and then a little bit more. So if you got something you want to share it with me, and I'll share it with you. Now I'm done. Am I done? I'm done. I really got this block about that bikini thing. Whoa! Can't let that get to me.